I had a suspicion that I was going to like Funny Girl, but I did not know just how much, and it turns out that it was absolutely amazing. That kind of goes without saying because it's a very popular musical, but I didn't really know what it was about. I wasn't sure what kind of mood it would be, and it's so entertaining, but also quite emotional. The journey it takes you on is amazing. I'm not going to give any spoilers here because I thoroughly recommend that you watch this. Do you need to be a musicals fan to see this? I think you'd still enjoy the narrative, but definitely it is one of those musicals that is quite number heavy. So if you don't like musicals at all, just bear that in mind. But this was released in 1968, directed by William Wyler, written by Isabel Leonard, and stars the absolutely amazing Barbra Streisand as our fabulous protagonist Fanny Brice. And she was a real individual, a real woman. That's a terrible way of phrasing that. She's a real person. I don't know anything about her. I don't know anything about her life or how accurate this is. So if anybody knows anywhere where they've taken creative license and have maybe changed things in her biography to fit the film, please feel free to let me know. I am kind of curious to read a biography of her life, so if you can recommend any, please do. Absolutely fantastic. In the film, at least, Fanny Brice is desperate to make it in the music industry, in the musicals, on stage, and she's basically auditioning for anything. She's not a chorus girl, but she auditions to become a chorus girl. There's this brilliant line where she says, "If you were looking for a juggler, I'd be a juggler." She's just so desperate, she's willing to do anything. But actually, her talent is that not only does she have a fantastic singing voice, but she is very funny. She is a natural comedian, and she uses this to her effect. And the turning point for her in the film, that it's about maybe half an hour into it, involves a roller skating routine. And I'm not going to say any more than that, but I will say the roller skating number with the song Rollerskate Rag is incredible. It's one of my favourite musical performances ever, and if I ever have the delight of seeing this on stage, which I really hope I do, I would love to see that done live. And in the film, it's incredible. The costumes are amazing. The choreography is a lot of fun. Barbra Streisand's performance is sensational, and I just love this scene. And it's so fantastic as a turning point. And then obviously, the film is all about how Fanny fits in with the industry and what her career progression may be like, particularly when she works with Ziegfeld, which is the majority of the film. And that's a very interesting relationship they have because they have very different ideas about how a performer's performance should be dictated, and that results in some sticky situations. And one of my favourite numbers is His Love Makes Me Beautiful. It's a lot of fun, very well staged, fantastically choreographed. That's the same for every song in this, to be honest. They're all absolutely amazing. And there's also a relationship aspect to this. And I won't say too much about that. But I will say it took a direction that I wasn't expecting in two ways, both in terms of the narrative surrounding their relationship and but as well as the character himself of Nicky Arnstein, played by Omar Sharif. Mr. Arnstein, of course, which gives us a fantastic song, Here I Am, which I don't think is what it's called. Don't Rain on My Parade, there we go. I don't know why that went out of my head. I'd say Don't Rain on My Parade is easily the most iconic song from this. I did not know that this is where this song came from. So I was absolutely delighted when, about 2/3 into it, Barbra Streisand begins to sing this song, and it's so powerful and so moving. Absolutely incredible performance. I don't really want to say any more about this. I am worried that I'm going to start spoiling more of it. What I will say is, it's absolutely phenomenal. It's quite long. I'm not sure exactly how long it is, but I definitely think it breaks the 2 hour barrier. But the time flies so quickly. There is an intermission. It's currently on Netflix, and it just feels so immersive. You really get to know Fanny Brice as an individual, or at least the film representation of her. And It ticks all of the boxes. The musical numbers are amazing, the narrative is beautiful, the pacing is fantastic, the costumes, the choreography, the singing, Barbra Streisand, I've seen her in quite a few things now. Well, a small handful of things, and this by far is my favourite of her performances. Not just because the film itself is brilliant, but I feel like her performance was just so versatile, absolutely incredible. Apparently, it had a budget of 14 million, which 1968, a lot of money for a film. And at the box office, it made $58.5 million, according to Wikipedia, which is an incredible, incredible profit. Um, it's absolutely brilliant. I knew I'd like it, or suspected I would. I didn't realise that it would potentially become one of my favourite musicals. Funny Girl is absolutely fantastic.